The MechaniCom Machine Surveillance System. In this tutorial, we will cover setting up the 5 machines project in MechaniCom, editing MechaniCom acquisition rate and storage settings, and navigating the MechaniCom console. When first opening MechaniCom, you will notice the Start Page window in the middle of the screen. Select 5 machines working from the Recent Projects list, or click Open an Existing Project to search your MechaniCom project files. Select 5 machines working from the list of project files and click Open. You will notice a collection of shape tables, acquisition windows, and programs opening. These are some of the elements associated with the 5 machines working data simulator project for MechaniCom. An Auto Start This Program prompt will appear asking you if you would like to auto start the program. At this point, select No. On the main ribbon, select the MechaniCom drop-down menu and then select Database Connection. This will open the database connection window. In the entry window, type localhost and click Connect. If everything is properly installed and set up, you will receive the green Connected to a MechaniCom database message. Click the Close button to close the database connection window. You will notice that the MechaniCom machine setup window opens automatically. If it doesn't open, you can manually open the machine setup window by selecting MechaniCom on the main ribbon and then clicking Machine Setup. You can see that none of the 5 machines are currently in the database. To create them, we select Database on the main ribbon and then select Create Machines. You will be asked if you wish to create the machine in the database for each of the 5 machines in the project. Click Yes for each machine. As each machine is added to the database, you will see the structure model open and close. After all 5 machines have been loaded, you will notice that the machine setup menu now says Yes to each machine being in the database. Locate the program window with the heading Program All 5 Machines and click to maximize that window. On the far right of the main ribbon, click the Run Continuous button to initiate the program. This will begin the simulated acquisition of data for all 5 machines and transfer the process data to the database. Restore the program window to its smaller size. You can now also close the machine setup window. At this point, as long as MechaniCom is up and the program All 5 Machines is running, simulated data will be generated and transferred to the MechaniCom database for all 5 machines. In the future, when opening the 5 machines working project, you can select Yes on the Auto Start This Program prompt, and the project and simulated acquisition and data transfer will resume. Editing MechaniCom acquisition rate and storage settings. Open your web browser and in the address line type localhost/MechaniCom. This will take you to the MechaniCom settings area. You will immediately notice the 5 machines you have previously loaded to the database from MechaniCom. Clicking the Details selector will give you more specific machine details, including any entered description of the machine, the IP address of the acquisition computer, running status, date and time of the last archive update, and the highest warning level exceeded. Clicking back on the Machines header returns you to the initial screen. Clicking on the Administration header takes us to the Database Settings area. As you scroll through this area, you will notice the Warning Levels area displaying the available preset warning levels you can assign to your machines in the MechaniCom console. There are presets for many of the ISO thresholds for rotating and reciprocating machinery, and any warning levels you create in the future will appear here. Under Machine Settings, click Cat Gen Set, which will take you to the database settings for the Cat Gen Set. Here, you can set up a live feed camera for a machine, as well as change the short-term, long-term, and event storage for the machine, giving you full control over valuable database storage. For this example, under short-term storage, I will click the Use Acquisition Rate checkbox, which will store short-term data in the database as quickly as it is acquired and processed in MechaniCom. and I will choose to store this data for 3 days. Under long-term storage, I will select a storage rate of 4 per day for a period of 1 month. Event storage allows you to set the number of machine snapshots before and after a warning level event, and select the total number of events stored. The selection process is the same for manually archived events. These settings are useful because, in the case of a warning level event, you will have trend and trace data accessible showing the data leading up to and following an event. This level of database control is especially useful. Even though MechaniCom will still be functioning as a real-time 24/7 condition monitoring system, you can choose to actually store less frequently in the short term and far less frequently in the long term. This retains the functionality of a true real-time monitoring system without eating up valuable database storage capacity. Navigating the MechaniCom console. The first time you log into the MechaniCom system, you are prompted with the database selection window. From here, you can decide what database you would like to connect to. If you ever need to change databases, you can select the database connection icon from the Home tab. To connect to the online demo, enter mechanicom.com. For this tutorial, I'll select my local database by entering localhost. As MechaniCom connects to the database, you will notice messages indicating that your machines are loading. When all the machines have loaded, you will be at the machine gallery. Let's take a look at the console navigation. The ribbon at the top of the screen contains the MechaniCom system components, which are the Home, Model, Gauges, and Chart tabs. The large window is what we call the Machine window and contains the Machine Gallery tab and/or individual machine tabs. The left side of the screen is the Machine Tree menu. Clicking the expand arrow next to each machine in the machine tree gives a more detailed view of the status and options for each machine. If you have administrator privileges, you can make warning level changes to your machines, including creating new, unique warning levels and assigning multiple different warning levels to different measurement types on a single machine. From the Home tab, we click the Warning Levels button. A window displaying your current warning level options is displayed. From here, you can add new warning levels or edit any of the current ones. Again, notice the preset ISO warning levels. For this tutorial, we will use the demo warning levels, which uses absolute units in inches per second. To set the warning levels for the CAT genset machine, we expand Gauges and then First Order by clicking the expansion arrows. Our first vibration measurement that we will apply the demo warning levels to is the 4th gauge down the list, the Generator Outboard Horizontal measurement. We right-click this measurement and select Gauge Settings. A window will open showing the currently assigned warning levels. From the drop-down menu, select Demo. We do this for each individual gauge for each machine. This allows us to assign unique warning levels to each gauge if we wish, including for RPMs, temperatures, pressures, etc. It also allows us to have different warning levels for multiple orders or multiple of running speed for one machine, allowing the user to assign more sensitive warning levels at higher frequencies. The machine gallery is a bird's eye view of all of your machines. The colored circle indicates the overall health of each machine. Green is good, yellow is alert, orange alarm, and red abort. Machine on-off indicates whether the machine is actually powered on or off. Acquisition online or offline indicates whether the machine is acquiring data for monitoring. Last updated provides a date and time stamp for the last data acquisition. Elapsed time is the time since the last data acquisition cycle. When an optional MechaniCom camera is installed, the display camera checkbox activates or inactivates the live camera feed. Clicking on a machine opens up a new tab in the machine window displaying the default machine's model, gauge, and trend tool tiles. From the Home ribbon, you can add additional tool tiles by clicking on Event Log, Camera, or Traces. To remove a tile from the machine window, simply click the X in the upper right corner of the tool tile. From the machine window, click on the model tile to open it. The sidebar in the model tile contains all the model components. Hide or make transparent different components from the checklist. Hover the mouse over a sensor icon to display its gauges. Spin the mouse wheel to zoom in or out on the model. Hold down the left mouse button and drag to rotate the model. Hold down the Shift key and drag to pan the model. From the Model tab, you can also select Quad View and 2D views. Turn on and off points, lines, etc. Select Draw Zoom Box from the ribbon to zoom in on a particular area of the model. Lastly, you can set the model to rotate continuously. Open the Trend Plot tile to view a time record of measurements. Expand the Plot Options box to select which measurements you would like to display in the trend plot. You can select measurements from multiple orders if they are being monitored. Use the X-axis scroll bar to select a time band. Use the left mouse button to draw a zoom box on a desired spot on the trend plot, or scroll the mouse wheel to zoom in or out on the entire trend plot display. Right-click to open a selection of display options for labels, scaling, and exporting. Under the Chart tab, select Warning Level Overlays. This allows you to turn on and off the overlay of warning levels, as well as adjust the thickness of the overlay lines. You can also select different plot styles from the ribbon. Open the Traces plot to view the vibration frequency spectrum data. Similar to the trim plot, you can select which measurements you would like to display from the Plot Options window. Click the Format options and display trace data in real, log magnitude, magnitude, or phase. Hover the cursor over the traces plot to display measurement data for any point in the spectrum. You can also select different plot styles from the ribbon. Like the trend plot, the vertical and horizontal slide bars allow for more detailed viewing. Also note the dashed line display, indicating baseline traces in comparison to the current traces. This provides immediate visible feedback when vibration changes occur either in frequency or magnitude. The event log is a list of all the warning level violations. The type of warning level and the date and time of the alarm are displayed. Further details of the warning level violation are available by clicking on the plus sign in the left-hand column. Click on the Trend or Trace box to display a plot of the warning level violation. You also can add a manual event by clicking on Add Event from the Home ribbon. Gauges provide a real-time display of your machine measurements. Gauges will change colors as the alarm levels are crossed. Again, green being good, yellow alert, orange alarm, and red abort. On each gauge, the green pen indicates the baseline value, and the orange pen is the current value. To change the style of a particular gauge, click on the gauge and select the style from the ribbon. You can also change the size of the gauges by adjusting the scaling in the ribbon. The console display offers much flexibility, including the ability to click and drag each individual window to a new location, as well as display the windows vertically, horizontally, or tiled.